Hi, my name is Todd. I'm the owner of Bar Exam Doctor. Thank you for watching our latest video of the week. I've got one of our graders here, Stan. Say hi, Stan.
Hi.
I'm Todd from barexamdoctor.com. That's spelled BAREXAMDOCTOR.com. No S, just barexamdoctor.com. I've been around for over 10 years now. We have a bunch of lawyers help grade exams. We have a variety of different things that we offer on our website. Specifically, we started with the performance test, and now we've evolved having essays in our program for many, many years now. We've got over 200 essays and a bunch of PTs with the latest format. And yes, of course, on the PTs, we definitely use the latest format. Anyone who uses anything older formats of the 3 hour, don't bother, waste of time. We are highly recommending to use only the latest of the essays and PTs for the formatting. I just wanted to briefly discuss one or two things I'm noticing recently with some phone calls from recent students, and then I'll let Stan talk a little bit about his background, and then we'll continue forward. One thing I noticed that we tend to help a lot of students who have been around and done a lot of other bar reviews. One thing I try to stress is, look, the bar exam review process is like a marathon, and taking the test is a marathon. And each time you go to a different bar review, you do improve your skills. So just because you're like, I didn't pass, it doesn't mean that's the end of the world. We actually have lots of students, one of which a while back had done every bar review out there, and then came to us, and she went up 100 points on the first time with us, and then passed on the next attempt. So it's not crazy. What do they say? The difference between a lawyer who took the bar exam and passed on the sixth time versus the first time? Nothing. They both have the same license. And the truth is, if you look at I believe if you look at the CalBar website, you'll see that you're going to see that they're a licensed attorney. It doesn't say how many times they took the bar exam. And you know what? There are a lot of people who have taken the bar exam and passed the first time, and maybe a few years back, and are not even lawyers anymore. And then there are ones that have taken it a bunch of times and finally passed and love being a lawyer. So sometimes everything happens for a reason. It's just kind of weird how life works out that way, but it does. And so a lot of our students, specifically recently, we have ones that are from other states that are just lawyers in other states and just want the meat. They just want the PTs and the essays, and they don't want to go and sit in a classroom or watch virtual videos for 10 hours a day and do homework and all the other nonsense. They want to literally just kind of focus in on the meat. And so that's why we're really a good fit for people who have done some other bar reviews or don't need to spend $4,000 or $5,000. They want just the basics, and then we offer all this stuff. On that note, I'm going to go to Stan. Let Stan talk about himself. Go ahead, Stan.
Okay. Thank you very much. Again, my name is Stan. Dr. Stan is the title that I hold here at barexamdoctor.com. I've been an attorney for like 40 years. I have a master's in HR. I have a bachelor's in English. I'm a CCEP, which is a certified corporate compliance and ethics professional. I do court arbitration, I do mediation, and I also spend a lot of time teaching law and graduate school courses, primarily in the western states, primarily in California. One of the things, as Todd mentioned, is we provide the necessary tools to help you pass the bar exam. And I'm going to turn it over back to Todd, and I think he's going to also mention something about our software, which is kind of unique and something that we've got a lot of compliments on. So back to you, Todd.
So, one of the things that are unique about Bar Exam Doctor, when I created this years ago with one of my programmers, because I actually am a website designer background myself. I created websites years ago, and I thought, all right, I want to do an essay or PT online, and I couldn't, right? There was one website that you could do an essay, and you had to purchase a certain number of essays, and that was it. So I thought, I'm going to create software that's going to look as close as it can like the real thing. So we created this program, and we continued to improve it. And back then, it was compatible with just a few browsers. Now it's compatible with almost all browsers. And it's shocking still to this day that there's just not that many bar reviews that even use this kind of software. You do an essay, you're going to email it. And we have software where you can literally do the actual essay or the PT on our website fully. You can see the comments on our website. You can see your score on our website. You can see the model answer. You can see access to other students that have done a bunch of other students done the same question with the feedback on our website, outlines, approach sheets, everything, all kitchen sink. And I continue to add more things. One of the things we're working on right now, we're adding to our program for this next bar exam. We're going to offer it's going to be either a monthly or a weekly progress audit, which is basically one of our graders will just do a short video about how you're doing. So it's not just like, hey, it's a tutoring session. They're going to look at how you're doing. They're going to look at your past essays and your scores, and then give you a little feedback of what's going on. I mean, that's just on top of the already ton of feedback that we give you on your essays and PTs. So the funny thing is we created this site a long time ago, and look, now recently, in the last year or so, now the bar exam is basically online too. So, I mean, we were way ahead of ourselves. And that's why I think we have probably had our highest turnout rate of students that used our program and passed the bar exam on that October bar exam. And not only do we do that, we open up our site, our course, the day after the last bar exam. So we're not just open for 3 months. We're open. We have students sign up now. We have students writing essays now. Now, do you need to write 1 million? No, but you should write maybe 1 or 2 a week if you can, because that's what we do. We're telling you, write so we can grade you, so you can improve your writing. This isn't the kind of thing where you should be signing up 6 weeks before and write 1 million essays and PTs. This is not like that. The bar exam is a process, okay? Especially if you've taken it before. You don't need to study 8-hour days, okay? You can probably allocate, if you've taken it a few times, probably 2 to 3 hour days at this point, and not even this early. If you do, great. I tell people sign up early before we sell out. That's why they do sign up, and then they start writing later on. On that note, I'm going to go back to Stan. Go ahead, Stan.
Okay, great. Thanks very much. And as he mentioned, some of you may have already taken the bar exam and unsuccessfully completed it. Some of you may be taking it for the first time, or as he mentioned earlier on, you may be a licensed attorney in another state and you're going to be taking the attorney exam. So again, we have the information, as Todd said, it's a process. And at the end of the day, it's you being able to show the bar exam graders that you, number one, know the law, and number two, know how to apply it in a factual situation. And on the performance test, it's that plus being able to follow directions. A couple of real quick housekeeping matters, and then I'm going to talk about something that is actually substantive on the bar exam. So with regard to the exam that occurred in February, the results are going to be released on May 7th, 2021. And in fact, if you took it and were unsuccessful, for those that did take it and need to sign up again, after May 7th, the filing deadline is June 1st, 2021. The July 2021 exam, the dates are July 27th and 28th, and the deadline to apply for that is April 1st. Todd mentioned a little bit about the actual California exam. It consists of basically 5 essay tests, and as I mentioned, the performance test. The essays that are tested, the essays, I should say, that test subjects, there are about 12 subjects that are listed on the CalBar website. You can look at them. They're listed in no specific order. In other words, the ones at the top are not tested more than the ones at the bottom. It's all random. The first one that is listed on the CalBar exam site is business associations, and in about the next 4 minutes, I'm going to run you through a little bit about business associations on the California bar exam. Things that you need to approach and need to do in order to get as many points as you can on each essay question, so that in the aggregate, given all the calculations and the curve and the grading and the weighting of answers, you want to just have enough points to pass the exam. That's the bottom line. That's the goal. When it comes to business organizations, it encompasses really 3 things: agency, partnerships, and corporations. Agency, right? Whenever you're discussing agency on a California bar exam, it's always important to begin with formation. In order to talk about formation, you need to talk about capacity of the principal and capacity of the agent. You need to talk about mutual consent. Is there action implied? Is it apparent by ratification or by operation of law? And those are all things that, as you go to your black letter law, your sources of law that you're going to be using to study for the bar exam and using to do the practice bar exams with barexamdoctor.com, those are the points, obviously, that you're going to want to spend some time on. You have to look at duties, loyalty, duties of obedience, duties of care, all the elements that the law encompasses with respect to agencies. Partnerships, different kind of business organization. Again, you want to begin looking at the formation. How is that partnership formed? You'll see some bar prep courses and some bar prep websites give you different ways of trying to remember some of the elements for partnership. Some of them will give you, one of them, as a matter of fact, gives you what is called CLACI or CLACI, CLACI. That stands for capacity, legal purpose, agreement, consent of all partners, and intent. The alphabet soup is fine. If that's your style, if that's how you learn, go for it. Not everybody does that. So I for one, would not recommend trying to remember all these little acronyms and all these little abbreviations and stuff, unless they help you. If they do, go for it. Also, you need to know that with partnerships, there's such a thing called implied partnership, right? You could have the intents of the parties, sharing of the profits. You know, you might want to discuss partnership by estoppel, you know, and if you don't know what that is, hint, go check it out. You want to look at duties. Duties, again, loyalty, duties of care, duties owed to third parties, and authority. It brings into mind actual express authority versus actual implied authority, and what those terms of art mean and how they're applied in a fact situation that they'll give you in a bar exam. And don't forget about apparent authority. I'm sure somewhere in your studies you've learned about apparent authority and how that works and what somebody would have to prove to show that there was apparent authority, or if somebody was defending that there was no apparent authority. Lastly, you know, we look at corporations, and you know, we all know that the idea of forming a corporation is to limit shareholder liability, owner liability, to keep their personal assets from being possibly subject to collection by a creditor. So when you're looking at corporations, again, you're looking at the formation. Did they follow all the necessary requirements of the state with respect to forming the corporation? If it wasn't properly formed, what do we have? Right, de facto corporation, very good. And of course, we could also, again, have corporations by estoppel. And don't forget the business judgment rule. I have seen over the past couple of years where the business judgment rule, which I think a lot of people know, but they don't really understand how it works. I would suggest that you spend some time and refresh your memory on the business judgment rule. And of course, your duty of loyalty. Don't forget your duty of loyalty with regard to the corporation, right? Self-dealing, you can't do it. Usurping corporate opportunities, that's a no-no. Independent ratification, you know, those are some of the buzzwords you want to look at. I think I'm done with that, and I'm going to say goodbye for now and turn it over to Todd.
Well, that's basically the gist of our video for today. We tried to focus on one area of law. We'll probably try to do that each future video. I am now making TikTok videos, kind of like Amazon, things you didn't know about the California bar exam. I started at one a few days ago. Let's see how high I can go. I probably could come up with probably 1,000. So, and the good thing is they're short. I try to make them interesting. As you see of our outfits here, we're not actually real doctors. But you know what? Why does the bar exam have to be so serious, right? I'm not such a serious guy. I got to talk really fast on TikTok because I got 30 seconds. But here we can talk a little slower. But I have a fun little stethoscope here. Stan has a fun little jacket. The bar exam, while it is crazy stressful, can also just, we can laugh a little bit, right? We can have a little fun. That's why, you know, I try to dress up a little bit. That's why we can smile a little bit. And yes, there is some anxiety. And funny enough, a long time ago when I created the course too, we created these hypnosis CDs that were just now are just audio files that you could check us out if you're interested, that you can listen to that will calm you down, because there's a lot of anxiety. But at the end of the day, I mean, in stressful situations, sometimes it's just okay to laugh. So I just want you to know that the outfit is just to keep everybody entertained. But at the same time, obviously, this is somewhat of a serious thing. It's expensive. It's a long process, but we're here for you. So that's about it for this video. And we look forward to doing many more. And just start following us on Facebook and all the other social media. And we'll talk to you soon. See you later.
Bye.